welcome back to the channel. This is Asa Studio. Today it's another retouching tutorial in Photoshop, and I'm going to be going fast with this because all we are going to do is going to be frequency separation, dodging and burning, and color correction. So let's dive right into the tutorial. But before we start, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone out there. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content we post, kindly subscribe. Alright, so first thing first, follow up. First thing to fix the blemishes and the color, we're going to use frequency separation, and for that we all know what frequency separation is, but I pinpoint something before I want to do the frequency separation. I noticed that there is some color variation, so to make the frequency separation very easy and smooth, I'm actually going to correct the color before going into the frequency separation. So follow me. You know the step I always take: hue and saturation. That's heat. So take a hue and saturation adjustment layer, take on the hand tool, and I want to select somewhere on top of our lips there, and you can see the slider selected. You all know the procedure: increase the hue, and we're going to balance, look for the places that are not unified in color. So something like this. I'm going to leave it, I'm going to slide it a little bit forward, and let's see before and then after. Some places I'm going to take it back a little and find a sweet spot for it. Let's take it back a little. Okay, so somewhere there, and I can actually bring this backwards and leave it like that. So let's turn it off and on, so you can see now the aim is not to change the makeup, is to actually unify some part of the skin. So let's take this back to 0, the hue, and now let's increase or decrease to find. I guess we need to decrease to unify. You can see how that looks before, after, and then before and after. Introduce some uniformity in the photo, but let's turn it off and on. So nothing there. We have no issue concerning the makeup, it's all still there. So now we can go on with the frequency separation. So let's create a stem visible layer, and I'm going to do the frequency separation, and I'm going to come back. You all know how to do frequency separation, and there are tons of video on YouTube you can actually do. You can actually look up to and do your frequency separation. All right, so back to, I'm going to come back later. So back to the frequency separation we've done, which is this one, and after, before and after. All right, so for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to be fast. You can take your time and make things more interesting and more, do your work, take time and do the frequency separation. So I'm going to move to the next step, and the next step is actually trying to work on the highlight itself. So let's create a stem visible layer and go to camera raw filter. So here we are in camera raw filter. Go to the basic tab, and just the same procedure, work with the highlight. I'm going to take it to the extreme, somewhere like this. That's too much, so 36, and I can leave the white. I can work on the shadows, bring it up to make the image pop out a little. Take the white back just a bit, and we can make the darker, like -5. Okay, so for the texture, I'm going to increase the texture, and we have it like that. So let's see how the highlights working. That's okay. I'm going to close that, go to the color grading part, no color mixer, sorry. Okay, so now I feel like there's a lot of red on a skin tone, so I'm going to go to the hue, and I don't want the red on the lips. Of course we can max that out, but let's see how to make the orange look more orange, like this, and the yellows to the yellows, and also let's see if the red can move towards that. Okay, so that's looking good. +10, that's enough. So what's that? Okay, so we have that, and we can go to the saturation of the red and pop it up a little. Of course we're going to change that, and we can saturate the yellows and saturate the orange a little bit to get the melanin feel. So that's too much, like that. And work on the purples and the blues, the photo, saturate the greens on the background, and go to the luminance. And I think that's okay for now. You can go to the calibration and just find the sweet spots for that. Alright, so I made the settings: the red +9, the green -14, and the blues -9. So let's see before, zoom in, and before and after. So just have this melanin kind of feel. So I'm gonna hit OK on the keyboard and we have this. So you see before and after, but I don't want to change the color of the lipstick. I want things to look a bit natural, so I'm going to mask it out. Let's mask it out and choose the mix out tool brush, and we're going to paint with foreground color black. Zoom in a little, and I'm going to erase it, make the brush smaller, and erase it from the mask. Okay, so that looks okay to me. Okay, so we can also work more on the color grading by choosing the mixer color balance and going to the highlight, adding some blues, go to the shadows, and let's add some blues to it also. I guess that's okay for me. So just before and after, make it count. So far so good, we've made progress right here. So I'm going to zoom into the eyes, and I think that's actually okay. No need to work on that. So one last step is the lookup table. So I'm going to add my color melanin cube to it, and boom, and I guess that's the final way I'm going to leave the image. So let's bring it down a little like this, and I think it's actually affecting the luminosity, but I just love the way it actually looks like this. So after that, we can add some curves. Let's add curve. I'm gonna delete this curve layer so you can see what. Just add some curve and take it all the way up like so, and we can turn it off and on. So if that's too much for the now, we can take it back a little, and I guess that's okay. For the edit, create a stem visible layer, and we have that. I'm going to group from here to here and hit the group, and we can see the before and then the after, the before and then the after. Amazing edit, right? Okay, so if you enjoyed the video, kindly subscribe if you're new, and hit the like button and share. Once again, this is ASAS. Thank you for staying tuned with us.